From Circle Pines and Centennial High School, it's time for the second of our girls-boys lacrosse doubleheader, another Section 7 semifinal tonight between the 5th seed Duluth Wolfpack and the host and top seed Centennial Cougars. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Hupp, broadcasting tonight's game for you as the Cougars, the top seed last year, were upset in this game by number 4 Chisago Lakes, and they hope to not have a repeat of the same thing here on their home field as you take a look at the Section 7 boys lacrosse bracket. And as you can see, the seeds have held. Centennial could set up a revenge game against Chisago Lakes here on Thursday night if both the top seeds can win. But first, they have to get through Duluth, the 4th seed, coming in with a record of 7-7 on the season. Cougars, a record of 12-2 as you take a look at Sammy Rodriguez, the Jacksonville-bound captain, 28 goals and 15 assists on the season. Duluth in the maroon and gray, maroon jerseys and shorts, gray helmets, lettering and numerals, against Centennial in the shiny silver helmets with the white jerseys, black shorts, red lettering and numerals. And underway as Sam Lewis, the face-off, the Fogo specialist, 74 of 181, 41% this season, but Duluth wins it off the opening draw, takes a shot, and that goes wide. They get it back, and they score! And Duluth has scored 12 seconds into this one. It's Hayden Clore with his 15th of the season. Off the draw, Lars Berg put it on net. It found its way to Clore in the unsettled situation, and he made no mistake. The clock continues to roll here. They'll have to fix that, but you can see Berg put it on net. The save was made, but then it bounded right into Clore's stick. He was the first to react and slot it past Evan Lechner, the senior netminder. So there you're going to look at Clore. Impressive response from the sophomore. And the unassisted goal for Clore, giving Duluth a 1-0 lead here. Just 14 seconds into this game. Actually, I think he scored 12 seconds in. And off the draw, so face-off wins. Duluth is 2-0 so far. Centennial will see what they can do, but it's in the stick of Clore, and he re-enters play. Big gun to watch out for Duluth is Tyler Smith, 49 goals and 25 assists on the season for the senior attackman, wearing number 13, and he has the ball in his stick. He'll be watched by Loyola-bound defender Matt Everson. Matt Everson, 57 forced turnovers and 60 ground balls for the senior defender. There's a reason he's going to Loyola. Smith gets a shot off and a nice save made by Lechner. Lechner backs it out, and we'll get it in transition to Sammy Rodriguez. The senior captain for Centennial has been a contributor ever since his freshman year. He gets a step, bad shot, he scores! And Centennial has tied this lacrosse game at 1. That goal coming at the 10:37 mark, just a minute 23 into this game, and Rodriguez on the clearance takes it all the way and tallies his 29th goal of the season. You see, he just gets inside the long stick midi, and the bounce shot got past netminder Connor Kiergaard. So Rodriguez, unassisted, ties us at 1. Battle for possession, ultimately controlled by Centennial and Cooper Larson. Larson sprints right down the alley. He's converged on by a pair of Duluth defenders. The whistle stops play. It'll remain with the Cougars. Logan Adams starts with it in his stick. Talented sophomore Brol Sherman standing at X. A.J. Carls for Rodriguez to Noah Berger. Berger, Everson, and Rodriguez, the 3 Division I commits on the Centennial roster. Worked behind at X for Sherman. Berger dodges middle, draws the slide, gets it back to Rodriguez. He ducks inside. Another bounce shot, and he scores! Rodriguez has 2 in the first quarter. Flag flies, so it'll be a penalty coming up as well. But Sammy Rodriguez, off to some nifty movement, makes it 2-1 Centennial. Assisted by Berger. Rodriguez with the first 2. His goals coming approximately 48 seconds apart. As you see there, ducks inside, and the bounce shot scores, beats Kiergaard to make it 2-1. Goal number 30 of the season for Rodriguez. Centennial wins possession again. That's Kai Hermanson. He gets it to Berger. Carls for Logan Adams. Rodriguez looking for Berger. Lars Berg got his stick in the passing lane, the short stick midi. Rodriguez and Berg play catch, or Berger rather. Berger gets inside Berg, tries to shoot it. It's deflected down, doesn't end up reaching Kiergaard in the net. Ball's loose on the deck, finally scooped up by Duluth. This Duluth program, a combination of East and Denfield high schools. Great outlet pass on the clearance, and they'll get it to Tyler Smith, and he'll go behind. Watched closely by Everson, as we've got a whistle behind the play, and it's white ball. Tyler Smith looking confused. Not sure what that call was, but it took place way back behind near the Duluth goal. Connor Kiergaard apparently talking to the ref. Scott Wishart asking his sophomore goalie why he's talking to him. Berger takes a big bump from 38 Aaron Carlson, but he manages to get it in the box for Centennial, and they'll go to work on the offensive end. Adams. Watched by Brand Langson, and Langson forces the errant pass. And the ball goes trickling down the track. Excellent camera work by Mike Peterson. That's why, folks, he is the best in the business. Evan Lechner looking on in goal. 2-1 our score as Everson forces Smith out of bounds and picks up his 58th forced turnover of the season. Again, he's an all-state caliber defenseman going to Loyola of Maryland, one of the top Division I lacrosse programs, and just so physical with his defense. Unsettled situation picked up by Rodriguez, been the player of the game so far. Centennial a little bit sloppy in transition. 7:40 and counting to go. They'll get a touch and regroup offensively. Rodriguez gives for Adams, who will go behind for Sherman. Adams. Carls. Rodriguez attacks down the alley. Takes a bump. Rodriguez still going, shoots, side netting. Kiergaard rakes it back to himself in the crease. Cameron Donahue gets it in the box and goes behind to Smith at X. He's the guy they want with the ball in his stick more often than not. Everson bumping Smith. Smith taking the wax. Everson doing well not to get a contact to the head penalty. Clore. Watched by Reese Littlefield, second on the team with 38 ground balls on the season. Clore goes out high as Mason Smith moves middle. Draws the slide, good help. Well played by Reese Littlefield. Adams gets it across for Berger, down low, ducks inside, bounce shot. And a nice job of recovery to tie up big number 29, Isaiah Ward, on the doorstep. Berger moved it well, but Ward had his stick tied up as Kiergaard starts the clearance. Push with possession as Grady Downs draws the foul. 2-1 the score, just about midway through this first quarter. Colby Larson out there with the hair flowing. Attacking Littlefield downhill. Gets his hands free, Clore, and he missed the shot. Good coverage behind by Peyton Bradbury, the junior midfielder. Colton Higgins up top for Colby Larson. Senior attacker with 13 goals and 8 assists. Again, Clore got the lone Duluth East goal tonight. Gives it, there's a shot, big save made by Lechner. Such a dynamic clearing pair between Kai Hermanson and Sammy Rodriguez. Hermanson does the job this time and gives off for A.J. Carls. Lights starting to take effect here at Centennial High School. On an absolutely gorgeous night for Lacrosse. Carls rejects the screen from Rodriguez, gives it back to him. Rodriguez quickly doubled. Adams doesn't know where it is. Bounding ball finally settled by Rodriguez. Seems like the offense is largely initiated through Noah Berger. 22 goals and 21 assists on the season. Leads the team in assists. You watch him, such an unselfish player, as Brol Sherman is inverted. He's got the short stick out on high. Berger initiating the offense. Tied up, great job, and they force the turnover, and now it's transition. Griffin Kinney trying to get it to Colby Larson, but well defended by Centennial. Larson continuing the stick lift, and eventually Everson comes away with it. Not going to win many ground ball battles with Matt Everson between his physicality and his stick skills. Everson, another one-man clearance for Centennial. Centennial wants to take a timeout. We'll keep it here with the Cougars leading 2-1. Obviously, John Beach not loving what he's seen offensively. Scott Wishart, the head coach, meanwhile, for the Wolfpack. So you see Wishart in black there in the middle. He's had great success with this Duluth Wolfpack team. They lost to Blaine 9-7 in the section semifinals last season, finishing 11-4. They lost to these very Cougars in the section final in 2018, 8-6. So they're competitive, and they certainly are a factor every year in Section 7 play. Centennial, meanwhile, finished last season 11-3. They were upset by the 4th seed Chisago Lakes here in the section semis. But they made the state tournament in 2018 and 2019. Obviously, COVID canceled 2020. This year, they suffered an opening day upset loss by a goal to Anoka, then rattled off 9 straight wins before falling to Benilde St. Margaret's 11-4. Now, they're an interesting team because they didn't win any games by more than 8 goals this season, but they were 8-1 in games decided by 5 goals or less. So they racked up the wins, 12 on the season, but none of them were really in blowout fashion. Just not the kind of team that blows teams out. You see big Isaiah Ward, offensive and defensive line stud for the Centennial football team, and also played a little basketball. 12 goals and 2 assists on the season for him. It'll start in the stick of A.J. Carls. Berger on the wing. Berger. Thought about it. Instead gives to Carls, who winds and scores. A.J. Carls, not one of the prolific scorers on this Centennial team, but he does the job there. Another assist for Noah Berger. Carls with his 9th of the season. There were 7 minutes and 10 seconds between goals, but Centennial has a 3-1 lead. Actually, that was Broel Sherman who got the assist. I beg your pardon. So for Sherman, his 16th helper of the season, and just power from A.J. Carls, the Cougars hockey star. Assist by Sherman, 3-1 the score. Brock Carls, A.J.'s brother, also on this Centennial lacrosse team. And this time it's Duluth East and Coach Wissert who wants to take a timeout. As the Wolfpack trying to settle things with a 3-1 deficit here. 2:39 to go in the first quarter. Like we said, the Cougars knew how to win close games. As we said, 8-1 in games decided by 5 goals or fewer. The winner of tonight's game to play either number 2 Chisago Lakes or another team in our network, number 3 seed SLP CR. So that game taking place in Chisago Lakes tonight. Chisago Lakes destroyed Blaine 18-3 in the quarterfinals. And I believe they've only got a loss or 2 this year, so they'll be another force to be reckoned with. And you just hope that it'd be lovely to see a cat clash in the final, but Centennial knows either way it'll be a tough game. It's my spirit animal right there. Colby Larson gets it going. Smith inverts and backs it out. They need Tyler Smith to be a stud. He had 8 goals and 6 assists in the blowout win against Anoka. That's easy for Evan Lechner. Senior goalie, 9-2 on the season, a 6.46 goals against average and a .546 save percentage. And from that distance with no traffic in front, you have to have a special shot to beat him. Noah Berger out there. And he'll clear it into the box for Centennial, and they'll get started on offense. And I would think would try to hold for 1 shot. Rodriguez for Broel Sherman, who again is taking the short stick up top. I would think that would be an advantage. When we saw Broel Sherman, I believe he had 5 goals and an assist against Spring Lake Park, Coon Rapids. Sherman gives for Carls. Rodriguez lets it go all the way through, out of the reach of Ward, so it turns back over to the Wolfpack. Impressive clearance by Mason Smith. Smith will think about a shot before he gives it to Smith down low. Mason to Tyler. Everson again physical with Tyler Smith, who's a big guy. Draws the slide, well defended, tried to get it to Larson. Good help though by Colton Higgins. Higgins watched out there by Jake Robinson. .30 seconds to go in the quarter. Mistake from Duluth as Clore with an errant pass trying to hit a cutting Logan Lean. Berger tight ropes the sideline. Check from behind, still has it. Berger scores! Noah Berger cleared it and scored it for Centennial with 14 seconds left before the quarter. Noah Berger, great strength. The slide never came, and he makes it 4-1 Centennial. They went down early 1-0, but they have rattled off 4 straight goals to make it 4-1. Possession given to Duluth initially. They've got 8 seconds to try to do something. It's intercepted by Lars Gorlitz as time expires here in the first quarter. Centennial gives up the first goal 12 seconds in, but then it's all Cougars after that. 4-1 as we head to the second here in Circle Pines.
North Metro TV News is your source for local stories. Highlighting the issues in your community, we bring you the news that's closer to home. Join us as we explore the stories all around us, every day at 2:30, 6:30, and 10:30.
Duluth and Coach Scott Wishart trying to regroup after going down 4-1 after 1 quarter of play. Sammy Rodriguez with a couple goals. Noah Berger with a goal and an assist. And that's how Centennial finds themselves up 4-1 after 1 quarter of play here at home. Hoping to book another home game in the section final here on Thursday night at 7 against either Chisago Lakes or Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids. See John Beach and his staff talking things over. Stylish assistant coach there with the mustache. Two teams will switch sides of the field, and sun may not end up being a factor really for either goaltender, but Sam Lewis out there to take the face. Lewis, as we said, 41% coming in. Face-off guy Colton Higgins for Duluth East, or Duluth I should say, 42.8% on the season. Berg able to claim it for Duluth. They've won 4 of 6 face-offs, but trail where it counts as Berg gets it into the offensive zone, and two teams match up defensively. Clore gives it for Smith. Again, watched closely by Matt Everson. When you have such a predominant goal scorer, the whistle stops play. Great hair on that young man. Clore takes it goal line extended. Watched by Littlefield. Gabriel Polasic. Clore. Out of the reach of Smith, and another unforced error for Duluth. Wolfpack with a 7-7 record this season. Not as good as they have been in years past, but they destroyed Anoka 18-5 in the quarterfinals. Great ride here by Hayden Clore. Recovered nicely, though, and they'll go back through the goaltender, Evan Lechner. Lechner plays catch. And they finally get it over, but not in time. So a good ride by Duluth forces a turnover here early second quarter. Now it's Griffin Kinney skipping his way in between defenders. Kinney doesn't even draw a slide. I mean, he's got Littlefield lurking, but ultimately decided to get rid of it. Colby Larson. And long hair flowing in the breeze. 2 flags are down, and gonna have our first EMO of the game, and it'll go to Duluth. Larson with a good catch, winds and fires, and that's wide. And Sammy Rodriguez gonna get called for the push here as you see him just wallop Colby Larson to the ground. He's a physical defender is Rodriguez, so he'll take a knee in the box, and Duluth will have an EMO. Big chance here for the Wolfpack. Larson will start it with his stick. Nice job by Everson to get a stick on that. Up top for Smith, who's got the short stick if he wants it. Everson to the cutter, and they score! Hayden Clore, his second of the game, a beautiful dive, and the Cougars were caught ball watching. That goal, the first EMO tally. Makes it 4-2 as we see a highlight here, and just a great feed out front. And Clore was wide open. Nice pass by Polasic, his 4th helper of the season. And our first EMO goal. Nifty attempted move by Brol Sherman. You saw that. We saw him practicing that in the warm-up, but couldn't pull it off right there. Big draw win, though, by Centennial after seeing their Duluth get the first goal of the second quarter. Carls for Rodriguez. Sherman against the short stick. I guess there's so many weapons on this Centennial team, so many threats that you probably do want to, you're okay going with the short stick against Sherman. Rodriguez. It's a cutter. Berger, great save made by Kiergaard. Terrific from Kiergaard to stop it as Berger tried to flip it in. Connor Kiergaard, the sophomore, we saw him make several sensational saves as a freshman against Blaine last year. And he comes up big early to keep his team in this game, all the way through to Lechner. Good outlet pass to Rodriguez on the right wing. Rodriguez spins back, middle. Carls backs it out. He's more heavily involved in the offense than he was previously. You want that senior experience late in the season in playoff time. What a contributor he's been for Centennial in a variety of sports. Hockey, lacrosse. Wolfpack unable to keep it in bounds on the far side. So 8:01 to go before half. Cougars with a 2-goal lead. They have not scored, however, since the first quarter. Carls. Got Sherman on the wing. Sherman over to Carls. Those two combined for a goal in the first half. First quarter, I should say. Good recovery by Adams. Carls. For Berger, who wired it over the goal. Loves that low to high. It was a tough catch. Adams. Using the pick from Isaac. Out high for Rodriguez. Sherman. Ward, or no, that's Carls rather. Adams. Loses control, knocked away, nicely done by Brad Lindbergh, and he goes back to Kiergaard. Outletted ahead. Now a chance for Griffin Kinney. Shares it across, long pole shot, doesn't reach Lechner ultimately, and comes all the way out. It'll go out of bounds. Sherman will let it go. Sherman goes around and then gets tripped up. So now they're trying to take their time as Wyatt Valley, the sophomore, will go to the box for a trip, but Centennial hoping to convert here. Sherman at X. You know they'll try to run a play here. Ward, goal line extended. Downhill, Brock Carls. First time we've seen him on the field tonight. Ward attacking against the diminutive short stick. Draws the slide. Good patience from Centennial. Hermanson forced to back out. So Duluth East hanging in defensively as well. Nice move inside. Hermanson moves middle, gets a shot off, and Kiergaard makes the save. Right to Ward in the middle. Ward loses it. Finally, Duluth gets a touch. It'll be about a minute and a half possession. So now it's Centennial that gets the MO with 5:19 to go before half. A fast-moving first half of action here in Circle Pines. So you see Valley on a knee, the sophomore. It was a very obvious penalty after Sherman walked right around him. Sherman has it at X. Wow, Adams just rifles a sharp angle shot. Sherman. Berger. Rodriguez steps into one and scores. A hat trick in the first half for Sammy Rodriguez. EMO goal and goal number 31 on the season for the senior co-captain. So the only 2 goals of the second quarter of the EMO variety, it's a 5-2 lead. Rodriguez willing his way to the section, his team to the section final with a first half hat trick. He's accounted for 3 of their 5 goals. Unsettled situation, Lechner belts the Clore as he was coming around. It's a push with possession, so it'll keep it with the Wolfpack. inside of 4.5 minutes to go. A 5-2 Cougars lead. Clore watched by Littlefield. He'll invert with Smith. Clore has scored both of Duluth's goals tonight. Larson, cross-face dodge. Smith watched by Everson, and he is just locking Tyler Smith down. Everson knows his assignment, and he's succeeding so far. Smith has tested Lechner a few times. Clore fakes the pass. And now he turns it over right into the stick of the Centennial defense. And it's taken right back by Brad Lossing. Lossing not listed on the roster, but he has played in almost every game for Duluth. He has it here at midfield, trying to stay on side, but he lost his positional sense, and the offside gives the ball back to Centennial. Sherman will again bring it behind to X. Carls thinking about attacking Berg. Instead, he'll give it to Rodriguez out of the box. He lets fly and misses the net. Sherman. I wonder if he's going to go to his move. Instead, he gives it to Carls. Over for Rodriguez. Rodriguez, cross for Sherman, ducks inside, jump shot, and it's deflected up. It hit, I believe, Finn Yates. And now Duluth will try to clear, unsuccessfully, right to Noah Berger. Unsettled situation as Berger shoots and misses. And a nice job of hustle by Yates to get the ball back for Duluth. Downs looking for Berg. Berg spins away from pressure. Checked from behind beautifully, and the turnover is forced. Everson sprints ahead into the offensive zone, and I think a timeout will be taken here by John Beach. Minute 44 to go before half. His team has a 3-goal lead. And during this break in the action, we will check the scoreboard, see what's going on in the rest of the metro area tonight in boys lacrosse. We'll see if we can get a final from that Chisago Lakes SLP game, as that took place at 5. Results just pouring in here. Rosemount on the girls' side, Rosemount upsetting Edina. Both those teams real good. It's a top 5 matchup in the section semis. And on the girls' side, in case you just joined us, Centennials, there's John Beach. Sammy Rodriguez will start with the ball in his stick. In case you just joined us, the Centennial girls booked a date in the Section 7 title game, courtesy of a 13-6 win. 13-7 win, actually, I believe, over Forest Lake. Downing the Rangers in our first game of the doubleheader tonight. Carls behind for Sherman. EMO right now for Centennial. They scored on the last one. Rodriguez for Ward, who scores. They went off Kiergaard and into the goal. Lucky number 13 for Isaiah Ward. How about that assist? He just caught it and quick-sticked it past Connor Kiergaard. And I apologize, that wasn't an EMO goal, but they'll take it nonetheless. As you see here, oh, not off his helmet, off his stick. So Kiergaard made the save, but instead of popping it over the net, he popped it into the roof. And Isaiah Ward, the beneficiary of Sammy Rodriguez, 3 goals and an assist in this first half. Centennial wins it again. They have a chance to add to their 4-goal lead with a minute to go before half. Cooper Larson, the sophomore. Good balance of ages in this Centennial squad. A lot of senior leadership, but also some talented youngsters like Hermanson and Sherman. Larson not on the same page as Hermanson, and Duluth East has a chance to get one back. Up to Smith with 24 seconds left. Clore was scooting around and just took his eyes off it, whacks himself in the head. You can see his frustration. Smith tried to hit a rolling Clore, but just looked too soon. So another chance, a late chance for Centennial. Rodriguez with 10 seconds crosses the timeline. Swim dodge, gets his hands free and misses. Sammy Rodriguez, that goal would have absolutely capped one of the best first halves he's ever had. Ward with 2 seconds left, gets it. There's a shot off the post as time expires here at Centennial High School. Sammy Rodriguez, first half hat trick, leads Centennial, and they have a 4-goal lead at the break, 6-2 over the 4th seed Duluth. Back with highlights and analysis in a moment here from Circle Pines. This is Boys Lacrosse on North Metro TV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
To our score as we get ready to start the 3rd quarter of play here in Circle Pines. Centennial with a 6-2 lead over Duluth. And it started early, 12 seconds in, as Berg's shot was saved, but Hayden Clore was right there for Duluth. Just a lucky bounce, and Clore was responsive to it. But Sammy Rodriguez came right back and began his stellar first half with a bounce shot right there. Then Rodriguez with a nifty move and would go to the bounce shot once more for his second of the half. That would give Centennial a lead that they have not relinquished. A.J. Carls ripped and scored for his 9th of the season. And then Berger off the clearance went coast to coast and finished And it was 4-1 at the end of the first quarter. Hayden Clore scored again to make it 4-2 on the EMO. And then Sammy Rodriguez on the EMO finished off his first half hat trick. And then Rodriguez here hitting Kevin Ward, who powered one past Kiergaard. Duluth would, that is where our score stands, 6-2, as we get set to start the second half. Sammy Rodriguez with 4 points in that first half, 3 goals and an assist. Noah Berger, a goal and an assist of his own. And the Cougars looking to book as you see Rodriguez's numbers, 3 goals and an assist right there, like we said. He is single-handedly trying to carry his team to another Section 7 final. And if they were to play Chisago Lakes, there would be an element of revenge for Centennial, as the Wildcats upset the Cougars last year, 12-10, I believe the score. And the Wildcats would end up making their first trip in program history to the state tournament with an overtime win over Blaine in the section final. Duluth wins the draw to start the second half, and Berg initiates the offense for Duluth. Wolfpack go to work with Hayden Clore. Scored both of the goals. Tyler Smith has been absolutely locked down by Matt Everson. And Everson continues to square off against Smith. Rockhurst-bound senior. He draws the double, and a ward called on Smith. Turns it back over to Centennial. Duluth, you figure, will need the offensive exploits of Smith. They'll need him to get going in the second half if they want to have any chance. Great job, the hands by Colby Larson to force the turnover. Now Larson finds himself with Everson on him. They'll go behind, and Everson quickly retreats to Smith. Larson goes down, goal line extended, and a push with possession is called. Gives it to Logan Lean from the box. Lean with 24 goals and 9 assists on the season. He's had a quiet evening. Clore against Reese Littlefield. Gets middle, flags come down. Clore gets a shot off, and it's well saved by Lechner. Centennial trying to touch it up, but it's going to be Littlefield in the box. As you see the nifty moves of Hayden Clore, and Littlefield tried the wrap check but just got his hands caught. And then a nice save by Lechner to prevent that one from going in. Great job by Clore to get the shot off, but then a nice save to prevent it from going in. Each team 1 for 1 on the EMO in the first half. Clore. Larson. Worked up top for Smith. Back to Larson. Behind at X. Everson. Try to bounce it to Smith. A low pass. And ultimately it's scooped up and taken back by Centennial. Well, they'll try to get it in the stick of their best ball handlers, including Logan Adams. Penalty is released, so back to full strength as Sammy Rodriguez drives the wing. Rodriguez draws the slide. Love for him to continue his stellar play. Top for Berger. Berger had a goal and an assist himself in that first half. Berger watched by Brand Lossing. He gets it up top for Rodriguez, who lets it fly right into the stick of Connor Kiergaard. Good heat on it, but Kiergaard didn't have his eye level changed quite enough. And an errant pass by Grady Downs. I'm not sure if A.J. Carl's got his stick to it or not, but ultimately Centennial takes over the possession. Up ahead for Everson. Everson left alone, thought about it, and decided to back it out. And I think the offside, I think A.J. Carls may have drifted offside. 9:01 to go in the third, 6-2. Neither team has scored in the early going here in the third quarter. And then another errant pass, just a host of unforced errors, as that was Griffin Kenny who airmailed Tyler Smith. Brock Carls draws the short stick in Cooper Larson. 10 seconds to get it over. Up ahead for Cooper Larson. Flag comes flying after Duluth forced the turnover. Man, it's going to be Lars Berg for the second time today with an infraction, this time a slash. Centennial was 1 for 1 with the EMO in the first half as well. And you see Berg, just an easy penalty to call. Did jar the ball free, but his second time in the box today. Flag comes down again as hits the head. Rodriguez steps into one and he sails it high. Contact to the head, the call. And indeed, it is going to be Brad Lossing on the knee, taking a knee in the box. So it's 6-on-4 for Centennial. A real opportunity for the Cougars. Sherman behind at X. Adams fell down, gets it out to Carls. Rodriguez works it for Berger. Sherman sneaks around, tight angle shot. How did he get it in? Brawl Sherman with no angle from goal line extended scores on the EMO. For Sherman, goal number 29 of the season. I just don't know how he snuck that past the goaltender Kiergaard. Dug out, and he just flipped it over Kiergaard's right shoulder. Incredible from Brawl Sherman. We know his hands are sick, and he demonstrated it right there. Give the assist to Berger. 7-2 the score. Second EMO goal of the game for Centennial. Smith with Duluth looking to respond. Fed in front for Larson, who couldn't quite catch it and then takes a big whack. Littlefield has his feet taken out from under him. It'll remain with Duluth. Lechner lost his stick momentarily, so they'll have Colby Larson jog it out. Absolutely gorgeous night for high school playoff action here in Circle Pines. 7-2 the score. Centennial, the only goal of the second half so far. Battle for it on the near side. Great camera work by our crew. Push with possession, keeps it with Duluth. Mason Smith to re-enter play. Smith will jog it back behind X. Tyler Smith, watched by Everson, rolls inside, bounce shot, he scores! Tyler Smith finally gets on the scoreboard with his 50th goal of the season. He had to work for that, spinning away from Everson. And you can see him grabbing his left shoulder. Hopefully he's okay. They need his offense, and Duluth has cut the deficit to 4.
Scoring for the Wolfpack, number 13, Tyler Smith.
Unassisted, as you see him just cradling, and his bounce shot beat Lechner. 7-3 our score. Isaiah Ward loses it over the end line, and it'll be scooped up by Simon Long. He gets it to Smith. You can see why Smith is favoring that left shoulder, that righty cradle. Everson's whacked him there a couple times. You know that's smarting right now. Downs loses it at the top of the box. Everson comes up with yet another ground ball. But great job by Tyler Smith to come back and take it away. Smith for Downs in the middle. He gets off a weak shot. Lechner somehow comes away with it. Now we get to see Evan Lechner out of goal. Duluth fans wanted a Ward on Lechner. Instead it finds its way to Berger. To Rodriguez in an unsettled situation. Sammy Rodriguez fires it wide. You don't often see a goalie called for a Ward. So now it's still with Centennial, with more than halfway gone in the third quarter. Rodriguez splits defenders and can't get the shot off. Good back checking by Duluth. Diminutive Griffin Kinney doing the job. Rodriguez forces the turnover. Dances, somehow gets a shot off. Adams picks it up. And now Centennial will wisely back it out. Wow, it was a flurry of activity. They'll back it out to Noah Berger at the top of the box. Berger has the long pole switched back, and now they'll rotate and throw Downs on him. Berger tacking down the alley. Gets it behind for Sherman. Sherman feeds in front. On-ball play. A little sloppy here in the third quarter. Good stick in the passing lane. Big check delivered by Berger to force the turnover. And you see he scored from this position, from starting in this position in the first half. I think he'll probably be more patient here in the second half. With the Cougars enjoying a 4-goal lead, they've gone 2 for 2 with the EMO today. Spurred by the 4-point first half of Sammy Rodriguez. Berger attacking down, swim dodge, gets inside to the middle. What a goal! Noah Berger showing off all his stick skills right there. 8-3 the score.
Scoring for the Cougars, his second goal of the game.
Noah Berger, his second of the game. And it's 8-3. That was just a spectacular individual effort by Noah Berger. Ducked inside and flipped it past Kiergaard. And you see why Noah Berger's bound for Lindenwood. His 24th goal of the season. He's got 22 helpers. 3 points tonight. 8-3 the score. Ball comes back to Centennial with 4 minutes to go in the third. Kai Hermanson for Isaiah Ward. Bounce pass evades everyone, including Ward, and so it turns over to Duluth. Where are the Wolfpack going to get offense? That's the question. Clore's got 2 goals, Smith has 1, but Smith had to work so hard for his. Sherman intercepts it on the clear. Roll Sherman spinning away from pressure, knocked free by Finn Yates, who's had a nice game defensively. Kiergaard will start the rush. Smith. Again watched by Everson, who's just shut him down today. Pass for Larson out of play, and so Centennial will regain possession. Rodriguez chased by Larson across the timeline. Sammy Rodriguez pulls it back for Berger. 3 Division I commits on this Centennial team, including Rodriguez for Jacksonville, Everson to Loyola, and Berger to Lindenwood in St. Louis. Berger gets it back from Rodriguez. Kiergaard reaches up and intercepts that pass. Berger tracking back, trying to hound Jack Spencer. Ultimately, they get a chance, and they bounce it wide. Clore was looking for the hat trick, and he missed the net. Might have been pushed over by Evan Lechner. Clore ducks inside, nifty footwork. Smith winds up, and Lechner makes the near post save. Bounce shot, and they score this time. Not sure how that got past Lechner, but a good bounce shot by Mason Smith. And the junior midi has made it 8-4. You know, John Beach probably not happy with the defensive effort there. But after a good initial save by Lechner, Clore ducking under, Smith stepping into one. Lechner, actually, that may have hit the post, but it bounced right to Mason Smith, and Smith snuck it inside that right post. 8-4 now our score. Two teams trading goals here in the third quarter. 2 goals apiece with 1.5 minutes left in the third. Again, Centennial wins the face-off. Neither team has taken a timeout. Simon Long can't believe his luck as it turns back over to the Cougars. Berger lost the pass out of bounds. Noah Berger attacking Downs, gets his hands free. Sherman behind. Ward across for Carls. For Berger, and this time another save by Kiergaard, who stops Berger from getting his hat trick. Connor Kiergaard has showed out, played well, and kept his team in the game. Just a 4-goal deficit, late third quarter. Rodriguez with Long pressuring it. Draws the slide. Sherman behind at X. Carls for Rodriguez, who lets it fly and scores. Sammy Rodriguez, his first goal of the second half, his 4th of the game, gives Centennial a little more breathing room with 27 seconds to go in the third. Give the assist to Carls as Rodriguez just snuck it inside that left post. Well-placed shot from Sammy Rodriguez. Look at that, 4 goals and an assist here tonight for him. Picked up his first points of the third quarter. For our score, 25 seconds remaining. Duluth East wins the draw, and then they quickly turn it over. Clore's had a really nice game, just not on the same page there. Possession given to Centennial, and they duly turn it over. 15 seconds remaining. Colby Larson will re-enter. Smith feeds a cutter. Larson chasing after it. 7 to go. Short time. And that'll do it for us here in the third quarter. Centennial scores 3, Duluth 2. We head to the fourth, 9-4, Cougars on top.
To Sophia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Third quarter highlights here from Centennial. The Cougars started the scoring with an impressive goal by Broll Sherman on the EMO. And Tyler Smith would respond with his first tally of the night. Noah Berger, another great goal for Centennial. Some good defense. Then Duluth East snuck one in to make it 8-4. Two teams sort of traded goals, and then Sammy Rodriguez put the finishing touches with just 27 seconds left in the quarter. And that's where we stand at 9-4. Centennial a quarter away from booking a date in the Section 7 final, which they would host here on Thursday night at 7. This time it'll be Connor Kiergaard looking right into that sun to our left. As if stopping this Cougars offense wasn't difficult enough. Let's take a look at Cooper Larson, the sophomore mid. He'll start on the wing. And Centennial earns possession. It's been fairly even there tonight, unofficially. Berger from the box. Will give it, and Sammy Rodriguez will initiate the offense for the Cougars. Rodriguez directing traffic. Meanwhile, you can hear Scott Wishart for Duluth encouraging his defenders to press out, try to force some turnovers. Berger attacking downhill, splits defenders, gets his hands free. What a save by Kiergaard. It bounds all the way across the near side and out of bounds. But a huge stop by Kiergaard. Again, another hard shot. Using the cross of his goalie stick to make that save. Up by Brad Lossing, and it goes out of bounds. Berger gets it in the box. Now you can hear the doubling command. Across for Carls, all kinds of time to pick out his spot and score. A.J. Carls, a double-digit goal scorer in his senior season. He's got 2 tonight. He has 10 for the season. Centennial has 10 for the game. And just no one stepped to it. Berger across for Carls, and he just wound up and picked his spot inside the right post. Minute and a half into this fourth quarter. A.J. Carls from Noah Berger. For Berger, his second assist tonight. 10-4 the score now. Just another pretty goal. Centennial's had several of those tonight, and an unforced error from Duluth as they're trying to clear. Brad Lossing just rushing in a bit. Larson moves it for Hermanson. Ward, a little tough to play attack under these conditions because you're looking back into the sun. It passes. Hermanson, you got the backups out there right now, the second line. Brock Carl's out there as well. Roll Sherman has the short stick in Berg if he wants it, but Larson just trying to keep it in on the far side. It's one, out for Sherman, digs it out. Sherman nearly picks out the corner. What hands from Brol Sherman. I mean, it was a poor pass, and he somehow managed to scoop it off the ground. And then spin, look at the acrobatics here. Spins off a check from Berg and then gets his hands free. I think he may have taken a whack on that shot, but nearly snuck it inside that right post. First line back out is Berger. Shares it for Hermanson. Big Isaiah Ward, I'm not sure. I don't know why Isaiah Ward doesn't do the bull dodge more, given his size. Berger, back for Hermanson, thought about it. Instead tries to get it down low for Isaiah Ward, and it's picked off by Finn Yates. Good outlet up ahead, but what defense, and then he's tackled. Hermanson's basically tackled by Berg, and a little shoving match ensues. Berg has served a couple penalties tonight, so I'm not sure. Doesn't look like a flag has flown, but it's a great hustle by Hermanson with the wrap check to knock it free from Berg, and then Berg just, you know, basically tackled Hermanson and shoved him after the whistle. It is Centennial ball with 8 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the game. Sherman gets a step but bounces his shot high. A little D-wanding there by Lossing, taking it away from Adams. Tyler Smith, still watched closely by Matt Everson. Everson has shut down the Duluth leading scorer, who did pick up his 50th goal of the season, a 75-point senior season for Tyler Smith. Very impressive. Down for Rockhurst University in Kansas City. Well defended there by A.J. Carls, the short stick. And now Evan Lechner doing what he likes to do, getting out of his goal crease. Gets it ahead to Littlefield, who has it stripped from behind. Good recovery, though, by Ward. Settles it in the stick of Sammy Rodriguez. This is where Duluth now needs to press out and try to force turnovers. Rodriguez gets a step all the way to the rack, and he scores! 5th goal of the night for Sammy Rodriguez. the Centennial co-captain willing his team to the section final. He scored the last one of the third quarter. He scores this one to make it 11-4 Cougars. 6-point night for Sammy Rodriguez. 33rd goal of the season. That goal unassisted. And now you've got some Centennial backups out there as they take a timeout. Obvious frustration from Colton Higgins. Knows he needed to win the draw for his team to have any chance. We'll check the Lax Hub now and see if any of the scores have been updated. A couple more scores on the girls' side. Elk River Zimmerman all over Moorhead 20-2. And Park of Cottage Grove an 11-9 victory over CDH. Sammy Rodriguez has been the man of the day for Centennial. It started early with this bounce shot a minute, 12 into the first quarter. He would add another one. 5 goals and an assist for the Centennial captain, who has been doing it since he was a sophomore for the Cougars. And Duluth staring down their season end as Centennial has been in control. Duluth scored 12 seconds into this one, and then Sammy Rodriguez scored the next 2, and that was it. Centennial has not trailed ever since. Kai Hermanson, the midfield junior. As we're back to action here, and Hermanson, watched by Griffin Kinney, who's been pretty impressive out there for Duluth. Roll Sherman. Gets a step. Sherman lets his shot fly, doesn't reach Kiergaard, or must have hit the post if it goes all the way back. You didn't hear it ring from up here, but somehow it ends up in the stick of Duluth. Smith. Still checked by Everson. Manages to get his hands free for a shot, but that was always going high. Cooper Larson to Hayden Clore, who's got 2 of the 4 Wolfpack goals tonight. Clore steps into one, and a nice save made by Lechner. He knew what he wanted to do right there. Speed of Cooper Larson, not stopped, and he bounces that one wide. You can see why the sophomore has earned the trust of Coach John Beach. He has some wheels. That one actually hit the head of Wes Berg, and that's why it bounded all the way back into the Duluth offensive end of the field. First time we've seen Easton Cody out there tonight. Potentially related to Callie Cody, who was another 6-point effort for the Centennial girls team in their win tonight. Callie Cody, 5 goals and an assist of her own, matching Sammy Rodriguez, who starts with the ball in his stick. Get the clock issues settled out. 5:18 up on the clock. EMO chance here for Centennial, where they're 2 for 2 tonight. looping pass back to Sherman. He's got the short stick Berg on him. Berger gets his hands free and once again hits Berg's helmet and it goes out of play. Great effort by Berger to try to retain possession, but good hustle, better hustle by Connor Kiergaard to get it back for Duluth. With their season on the line. What are the odds of that though? Wes Berg just has a habit of getting his head in the way. Well, I guess he's keeping his head in the game, so to speak. That one did not bound nearly as far as the first one, but good thing they wear helmets. That's all I'll say. Low pass, Smith couldn't handle it. Goes out of play on the near side. 11-4 our score as we near the 4-minute mark. Slow-mo off the side of the head. Berger, you can see where he was trying to go with it. And Berg just got in the way. That can't feel good though. Clore, watched by Littlefield. So looks like Centennial will not take advantage of the MO for the first time tonight. Clore gets his hands free and it was too tight an angle to beat Lechner. Clore by no means the biggest attacker, but he has shown some real stick skills tonight. Illegal screen. Another unforced error to turn it back over to the Cougars. Now they'll sprint out with Matt Everson. Everson for Sherman. Icing on the cake for Centennial. It's 12-4.
Scoring for the Cougars, number 2, Green.
Long stick assist for Matt Everson. And with 3:40 left, that should just about do it. Roll Sherman his second goal of the night. 8-goal lead for Centennial. This will go down as, if nothing changes, their largest margin of victory this season. Sherman, 2 goals and an assist for the sophomore attacker. 30th of the season, in fact. How about that, a 46-point season in his sophomore year for Brol Sherman. So impressive. Brady Downs, thought he had it. Shot, no ball. They do manage to recover it. Clore has had the ball seemingly the majority of the time in the offensive end for Duluth. Mason with a shot. He has a goal tonight, and that one missed. Lechner trying to shake it off. Big game on Thursday night, the section final right here at Centennial at 7 p.m. We'll have that game for you on North Metro TV. Myself and Blythe Whaley will be on the call. So get excited. Smith tests Lechner, and Evan Lechner makes the save. You can see why Smith has 50 goals this season. He has a hard shot, and he knows how to get it when he needs to. Right into the stick of Everson. He just seems to be in the right place at the right time at all times. Everson, once again across for Sherman on the doorstep, and Ward makes him pay. 13 now for Centennial. Great unselfish play. It was Everson to Sherman to Ward. So Sherman's got 2 goals and 2 assists. Ward has a couple goals. Just the extra pass. And big Isaiah Ward finishes calmly in front of goal. 14 now on the season for him. Sherman has scored or assisted on each of the last 2 goals. Duluth East, their last goal coming at the 1:37 mark of the 3rd quarter. Centennial has rattled off 5 straight, and what was an 8-4 game is now 13-4. Smith feeds middle for Berg. Couple flags on the field. Berg's helmet just always popping off, whether it's shots or taking checks. He's just in the mix, as they say. Meanwhile, Noah Berger, the guilty party there. So it appears it's going to be 6-on-4. A couple Centennial Cougars in the box. Smith. Larson. Little wheel play. Doorstep, sharp angle. That was going to be tough to beat Lechner from there. I think they'd want to get Smith open with his hands free if they could. Smith, great pass right there. Bounce shot. Lechner makes the stop on Smith. Mason Smith, that is. Minutes ago in the game, a 9-goal lead for the Cougars. It'll be a Centennial Cougars lacrosse sweep here in the Section 7 semifinals. Girls won comfortably, as will the boys. Larson tried to catch it on the doorstep, pushed with possession, keeps it with Duluth. 40 seconds remaining. Penalty releases for Centennial as Clore passes down low. That shot from Mason Smith just couldn't get out of his stick right. Cougars continuing to defend despite the result being all but assured. 10 seconds to go in the game. In the stick of who else? Captain Sammy Rodriguez, who flings it to the heavens as time expires here in Circle Pines. Rodriguez, 5 goals and an assist to lead Centennial to a comfortable semifinal win here. 13-4 over Duluth. The Cougars advance to the Section 7 title game here on Thursday night at 7 p.m. We'll have it for you on North Metro TV. Until then, I'm Bill Hupp, thanking my broadcast crew, for Director Ted LaRue and our entire crew here at North Metro TV. I'm Bill Hupp saying goodnight from Centennial High School. Cougars advance to the Section 7 final with a 13-4 semifinal win over Duluth.